So today we're going to be making earrings, and what I'm starting out with is a piece of aluminum that I have cut from a soda can, and I just have a texture plate here. This is, let's see, it says Lifestyle Crafts on it. I'm going to place that in there. All right. And then let's put our top plate in place. And we will send that through. Now I may need to, let's see, I may need to loosen this up just a little bit to allow that to go. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to tighten it up just a little bit while it's in there. Okay, and run it through. And then back again. And let's see if that was tight enough. Or enough pressure. Yeah. So, that was enough pressure to give us our design. Now, I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. And aluminum cuts really easily with a pair of scissors. Alright? So, I'm just going to cut that down for our next step. That plate out of the way. And then what we're going to be working with today is this die from Maker's Movement, and we're going to be making teardrop shaped earrings. And I really like the smaller earring, so I'm going to go with that shape. So the larger of the two pieces, sorry for the crinkling. Alright, so sorry about that noise. I'm going to work with this one for leather, or faux leather, and this one I'm going to use to cut our aluminum. And so since I'm making a pair of earrings, we're going to do this twice. So I'm going to put this piece down first. Got a little static cling. Alright, so now I'm going to send that through, but I have to tighten it up now because, let me get Mochi out of the way here. Alright, I'll tighten that back up again. And then I'm going to send that through to cut. Alright, so that was our first one. And then I'm just going to move it over to do the second one. And I think I'm going to need that a little bit tighter to cut through. So let's see how we do there. Alright, so through. And I'm going to do one more just to make sure I've got it. Yeah. And they should just pop right out. And of course the side I want to use is the silver side. Alright, so there I have a couple to choose from. I'm probably going to go with those guys. This one has the dot just in the center, and I don't want that. So let's set these aside. And we'll move on to our leather. And so I have a couple of choices here. to work with, and these are all from Maker's Movement. So let's see what silver on silver, not enough difference, but I do kind of like it on the blue. Let's do the blue. All right. And once again, because we're making earrings, we're going to want to do this twice. So there's our first cut. Alright, and there must be some adhesive on my plate because it wants to stick. The die wants to stick in place, so that's fine. We'll just send it through again. Now you don't have to do this back and forth movement. I'm doing it because I'm in limited space here and I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so I want to share with you a little change of plan here. So if you remember, I cut these little teeny pieces out, and they were just a little too small for my liking. So I went back off camera, and from the soda can, I cut out these shapes, and that was from Maker's Movement as well, and it was a triangular die set. And so here's the piece I used for that. And now I'm going to use my jewelry making punch from Maker's Movement, and I've already taken out the package, so here it is, the hole punch. And I'm going to punch in to the pieces, and then I'm going to use some jump rings. This is also from Maker's Movement, and these are in gunmetal. And then I have the ear hooks or ear wires and the French hook. And these are in gunmetal also, and I've taken those out of the package as well. So to begin, I'm just going to line these up where I want them and decide where I want to punch this hole. I don't want to go too far down because I need the jump ring to be able to reach it. Okay, so I want to center it there, and I'm just going to give it a good punch. And I did those together so that they'll line up. All right, and if your aluminum gets a little bit bent, it's okay, just bend it back into shape. And now I'm going to take the next two and look to make that happen in about the same spot. And this is not a hard thing to do at all. It's not, doesn't take a lot of pressure, but I'm just being gentle here with the aluminum to get it off, so I don't bend it or rip it or tear it. Okay, and I may need to use a little pliers here to give me some help in getting it off of there. For some reason this one doesn't want to let go. There we go. Alright, set those aside. Actually, I'll keep my pliers here because I think I'm going to need them to open up my jump rings. Alright, so I'm going to hang on to my jump ring here and look for the opening. There we go. Alright, I'm going to use this little piece here. This comes with the hole punch. So you just set your jump ring in there and twist. And then we're just going to line everything up. So we go through the leather first, or faux leather, I should say. Let's make sure we have a good access here in the back. Okay. If it doesn't want to work for you, go in from the front, and then we'll switch it up. All right, so we've got that piece on. Now we're going to go with the aluminum. Line it up there. And before we close the wire, we're going to place it onto our ear wire. Now, the tricky part is here that this jump ring is going to hang like that. And you can see here with the ear wire, it's going the same direction. And what we want is we want them to be perpendicular to each other. So I'm just going to grab this ear wire with my pliers and give it a twist sideways. Okay. Make sure that's lined up nice. I'll do that to the other one while I've got this in my hand here. You want to do this slowly and gently. And the reason I suggest that is because this wire can snap on you and break. So you just want to be gentle with it. Just kind of finesse it where you want it. Alright, so now I'm just going to thread that ear wire on there, and then I'm going to close my jump ring. Now, to condition wire and make it a little bit more firm, if you want, you can wiggle it back and forth to make sure it's going to hold tight. Now that seems to work really well as it is, so I am going to let that be and move on to the next pair. Alright, so I have a jump ring here that I need to open up. Find the opening. Sometimes it's hard to see it. There we go. I just realized I don't have all my lights on, and so this might be a little bit dark, and that might be why I'm having a little trouble seeing. Alright, so because of the trouble we had with the last one, I'm just going to go through the front side, turn it around, load on the aluminum, and then finally add on the add on the front ear wire. Okay. And then we're going to close the jump ring. Oops. That's what I get for looking away, to make sure that I'm in camera or on screen here. And I'm just making sure that that's closed tight. It was open a little bit. You can even use your pliers to pinch to make sure that you've got it closed. So there we go. All right. So there's our finished pair of earrings.